Oh, oh boy. Some grapes. Welcome. Greetings, all my dreamers and dreamettes. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Also, like and share this, all my dreamers and dreamettes out there. We need this live today to go around, so let me just make sure everything is good. All right, we're gonna have a conversation today, man. We're just gonna keep this thing conversational, like how we always do. Love you guys. Blessings, blessings. My energy today is a little mid-level. I'm not gonna say it's all the way up. I'm not gonna say I have that all the way up energy, but we can get there. We can get there. Okay. We're gonna start this one off with vote for God. Vote for God. That's the guy to vote for. Okay. So the first thing I wanna give a shouts out to everybody out there that's been making through these tough times, man. You got a lot of people out here acting like, things are not going on and they're just trying to weasel their way through things. We see you, we see you, we see you. A lot of things in the news that some things that I can see why it happened, and some other things that I just can't understand it. I just can't understand it. So let's start off with this whole Donald Trump assassination conspiracy thing, and people just wanting things to go their way. That's what it really is. It's people with these ideologies that they think that they've seen before, or everything we're about to see as far as coming up to the future. We have most of this stuff we're not gonna see again. It's like things are happening that's gonna be alarming to a lot of people that's just not in the know. And for all the people out there, spreading this about how it's a conspiracy, let's just say it is. Do you have proof? Do you have any kind of evidence that is proof? Or are you just going off of your favorite content creator telling you some nonsense like that? Please, you guys. And we gonna stay on the Donald Trump real quick. As far as Amber Rose going up there, I seen Amber Rose go up there. I don't know about you guys, but I remember a while back where Amber Rose was, she had like an interview, and she sat down with this, I forgot who she was interviewing with, and I believe she was talking about religion and things like that, and she was just explaining how she didn't believe in God. So from that point on, I knew that this was a person that I couldn't even follow. We was not on the same path. And it's no disrespect to her. There's a lot of people out there, they don't believe in God. They just go, they live their life through science, and they just live their life, like that. But when it came to Amber Rose, I found that, like, why, it's a reflection of how people look at entertainment, and it just shows, how people are being looked at and who people think that are the right people to represent a culture. That's why I'm not never with that. Because there's people out there that think that somebody standing in front of a bunch of people could just switch their minds into not thinking and seeing who they are. In these times, you have to figure out who the person is telling you what they're telling you. It could be good, it could be bad. But the person that's telling you this stuff, you have to really look into these people. Because I've told you, there's a lot of people out here working off of hurt energy. And it's kind of like, people are living through this pain, and they're pushing it out there. I'm not telling you to vote for who or who. I don't, to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter who at this point, because if you haven't felt any, at least any kind of, thing towards your family, America's in trouble right now. It's a lot of covering up and a lot of nonsense. It doesn't necessarily mean that if any of these guys in office, things are going to change. The only way things are going to change is if the people actually take it for themselves and start changing things themselves. So all of this, back and forth, is kind of like a ongoing story that I don't think a lot of people really, are really paying too much mind to it. I think people are more in love with the drama and the things that surrounding it. It's more like life right now. People are living in this fake reality show, and I just don't feel like tuning in. So vote for God. And Let's talk about Irv Gotti. I want to start it off with a little bit of Irv Gotti too, because we're hearing now that Irv Gotti he's pulled up on sexual charges, and especially it's and the person is in the Caribbean too. I was so pissed off when I heard that too. I'm like this, but this is the reason why I don't believe in half of these guys. You know when they talk, and Irv Gotti was a person that I've been stopped believing in though. I'm be honest with you, with all this fake, mafia stuff. Whenever you hear these guys with these whole mafia stories, none of these guys know anybody from the mafia. These guys are duplicating movies. So when I see that, I know from something's weird. I never believed him or seen him as some kind of tough dude. Him, his brother, and just the whole family. You could include Ja Rule in there, and but the thing about when you come up with sexual assault charges, it seems like right down your alley, Irv. It seems right down your alley. From all the drugs and the drug use we heard about in the past that you guys were doing, and yeah, I can see you doing something like that. So I'm not gonna stare past the fact that Irv Gotti over some because he's some hip hop mogul that they claim him to be. No, a lot of these people from back in our time are the people or the ones that have been doing harm to these people. It's not the new folks coming in or the new generation. No, these are the gatekeepers from back then. Don't you guys know the gatekeepers in these times? They are meeting their grim reapers, and because of social media, we get to see it. All you have to do is relax, sit back, and see and watch how things play out. It's common sense. You got these guys coming up here, like even when he was dating Ashanti, do you really think that Ashanti was dating Irv Gotti? No, seriously, let's talk about it. Let's really, really get deep into who these people really are for the actual person. When you hear these guys and they're talking about, oh, that used to be my I used to love for this and no, what you were doing was that female wanted an opportunity and she had to sit around the nonsense because before you can make the beat, you're probably in love with her. She's not in love with you. You're in love with her. There's a difference. And it's so funny that when they dropped this, Ashanti she had like a little dinner or something, for her newborn. So while she was having a newborn, you over here doing and trying to duck these charges. In these times, things are coming up in the news, and some of this stuff is pretty much accurate. Some of this stuff is the things that we thought of you guys from the jump, and you don't want to just call out something without no information or lack of knowledge of what's going on. But just from his past experiences and his past life, just thinking that was cool. Let me tell you something. Anybody that disrespect the people that love them, get away from them. You see somebody disrespecting their wife, going out there trying to act like they're in high school, get away from them. Their loyalty is towards the money. Their loyalty is towards the fame. Their loyalty is not towards their family and the things that really count for anything. So you gotta watch these people. It's not like, everybody in the rap game gonna play like a tough guy till situations happen. Trust me, everybody's gonna play like a tough guy, like fake mafia. But when you grow out of it and you get that some maturity in your life, you start to realize like, dang, you don't look back and see how all the people that you treated like that. Don't you know gatekeepers are not living in these times? They're not making it too long. For all the people you hurt, that hurt is starting to come back and that karma is biting. That karma is biting. So when I hear these allegations and these things being brought up on these people, the only one that was iffy to me was Lil Reese. Now, Lil Reese gets on here and says, he's trying to clear up his name, but he's being charged for the same R thing too. He's being charged for that. And I said to myself, Lil Reese, you gotta be smarter than that. Number one, if some and we not and I'm not taking your side, Lil Reese, because if it is true that you did do something like that to somebody else, or they trying to do a money grab, it's two different things because it all depends about who you have around you, what type of females you have around you. You mean to tell me she's just making this up? But I can't scratch her out because you're more popular. Because in the past we have seen you, Lil Reese, put your hands on females as well on video. So I'm not gonna put it past with all this. People's time is ticking, man. Because I can't see how people could do something to somebody's family and somebody not in that family come back with some kind of look. Listen, man, you gotta be very careful when you're out there doing what you're doing. In these times, people are not playing around about their family. People are not playing around about the things that they believe in. You got these people with these false sense of how life is supposed to work. That's not how life is supposed to work. And you're not going to win all the time. You don't understand this. So when you look at these guys and these charges start popping up on these people, The only people that's gonna try to back these people are people that's did that to other people. You see, that's the trick with it. Hurt people and hurt people, they stick together. It's like a team. It's like a team that never wins, but they always show up. We got to get him out of here, man. I don't want to hear how, yo, he's this and he's that. I don't want to hear about, we have to go through his whole catalog. Are we gonna listen to this or listen to this again? Just you this in these times, you have to, the person that you're supporting, make sure you know who that person is before you go out there and just bop your head off to whatever they put out there. Because that same bop is the same bop that he's behind the scenes using to beat on females and do what he got to do. And they drugging females and trying to take from females because they're getting old. These girls ain't checking for them. Hell no. You think chicks, it's no more of that. It'd be different. Like, see the difference between back in the day and now? Back in the day, like the older guys, they had the money, so you know the younger ones might slide to them for a little. But nowadays, the young boys and the young chicks, they getting money. They getting more money than their parents. Why do you think they want to go and deal with these people, man, that been abusive to women in the past? Are you kidding me? These guys should have never been allowed back into hip hop. But hip hop ain't got no structure, should it? They don't know no better. And they're the first ones in everybody's face talking about loyalty this, loyalty that. Don't let me ever hear you say loyalty, man. Y'all ain't loyal about anything. 50 Cent was right. That's why when Fifth came in the game, he started looking at these people like, yo, these people is not who y'all think they are. And nobody want to believe the guy. But then later on down the line, you start to see things unfold. And they're the same people was talking about from the jump. What's going on out there, man? What's up, New York? Where y'all tuning in from? Because it's all the same energy around the world. We seeing what's going on. We see the hate in these people. And then they get mad because people are calling them out online. Well, the only reason why people are calling you out online with your fake self is because you out there and you hurting people that supported you. You drugging people and doing this and thinking that you can fly and get away with this. The first one to sell the music and take the money because you didn't care about it. Your heart wasn't in it. Your heart was in the money. That's why you there. And that's the reason why you get up here. Look at a fake face. You don't hear from these people. It's either they flying and hiding or going to where? Wyoming with... All of that nonsense is going to be cut out in the future because when the AI catch on people and start rewinding these crimes, they doing years for the rest of their life. Did y'all hear about Sergio Pino? Let me tell y'all about Sergio Pino, man. Come on. I know y'all ain't hear about Sergio Pino. Pino? Man, Pino took his life. Let me tell you about Sergio Pino. We're gonna go. Let's really chop it up. Then y'all want to really hear what's really going on? Let's really chop it up. I'm gonna give y'all something. Hold on. Let's just pull this up and let's see what's going on out there. And so Sergio, he took his own life. He took his own life when the feds was running in. To get him, I want to make sure I get all the information for you guys because I do not want to put up anything that I want to keep it as accurate as possible because this is what's happening. The demons, their souls is being snatched. The gatekeepers are meeting the grim reapers, y'all. And I'm telling you, y'all got to pay attention. Y'all got to pay attention. This is what we on today. Like this up. Like it up. Like it up. I'm bringing you all the goodies. Like it up. Like it up. Okay, so Sergio, he couldn't face time in prison. A lot of these people, they can't face the consequences. They ain't the man they supposed to be. They go out there, want to hurt people, and when it's time to face the crime, Sergio probably he was out of there. The feds came into Rush's mansion. Hey, he did. I believe it was something going on with his wife. I'm going to put up the story after this live is over so you guys can really check it out. And these are people that they were high stature. So it doesn't matter how far you go up there. It's how you treat the people and how sturdy you're going to be able to stand and stay up there. You treat people and cheat and do all this nonsense and looking down and belittling your own people. And when you get up there, you're the only one up there. And then that floor crumble from you. Where you think you landing at? You got to come right back down. He couldn't even take it, so he put it in his mouth. He probably did the old, took his life. He's out of here. And these are the demons. The demons they're disappearing. Don't y'all see what's going on? They can't hide. They can't run. They can't. This is what's been going down because there's a lot of wicked people out here. Rest in peace to Kobe Bryant's father, Jelly Bean. My man went up to see his son. God bless his soul. Your son, he was amazing. There's not a lot of people living on the earth like Kobe Bryant that has that will and Mamba energy to go out there and put some other energy and inspire millions of people to want to play and do the same things as him. Right now, we got people, they ain't inspiring nobody. All they doing is expiring. They expiring, man. They're here and they're here today and going tomorrow with all the damage and destruction they done built up and put in people's minds and fool people and they get people mad though. But I hear more another hip hop supposed to be higher up, accused for the same thing as Diddy. So and he didn't even his face didn't even show up when the whole thing with Diddy. That's why I told you they don't stand for nothing. They quiet in the back, and then they want to sneak in and do their little interviews here and there because they didn't speak on the situation. They ain't standing for nothing. Us content creators is putting ourselves on the line every day to help the innocent people that go out there and they get abused and victimized by these people. And without us, they would have never believed them because these people are zombie minded, caught up with the celebrity nonsense. Huh? Y'all make sure whatever content creators y'all support, whether it's me, or somebody else that's putting out that good energy, y'all make sure y'all give them a like, man. Trust me, these algorithms are not supporting the positive energy. These algorithms want y'all to believe whatever they push in front of your face. They'll tell you anybody's the best. It's all billboard numbers. These are paid for. Come on. We know better than that. We got to keep focused and see the people for who they actually are. These people are out here hurting our queens. And then they come back lying our face, and then they try to go for it and date somebody younger so they can be deceptional to them. Grown men don't do that. These guys, they out of here in a few. Trust me. They don't have, their time is ticking. People thinking that Diddy and all these guys are going to Wyoming. What do you think Kanye is over there for just making beats? I want you guys to really take some research and look into the people that live in Wyoming. And those will be the same people that's going to be trying to block Diddy and all those guys to beat these cases. America is more of the cover up than, see, you got to understand, watch the people that they look up to. Those are the people, those are the worst. You see people backing behind him and things. Those are the people that they believe in the same ideologies. They don't have respect for their women. They feel like everything is supposed to be paid for. Life is about money for those type of people. Stay away from them. Their ideologies will have you in a casket with a shiny cover. Stay away from them. Trust when I tell you, you'll live a longer and happier life, not intaking all that nonsense that they're spewing out every day. Don't you know, taking in all that stress and all that false information, after a while, that shit sits on you. You don't want to take that in. You want to take good energy and know how to identify the things that serve you, your life, purpose. Not what other people put in front of your face and tell you, oh, take this or pop that. No. The things that serve you and your family purpose are the things that you should concentrate on, not this nonsense that they're putting in the media. It's like a reality show out here. Stay away from these people. The minute you think the person you supporting, next thing you know, they're supporting somebody that's against you. So be careful. Trust me. In America, soldiers in war get paid in blood. After that war is over, you lose a limb, you lose a head, an ear, a nose, and you come back, you don't have a mansion to go to. Because their mind gets corrupted through the war. And by the time they come here, they can't sit with the regular people because certain things that they've seen and we don't understand is everything comes with understanding. Those guys ain't crazy. They just seen something that we didn't see, that we don't know about, that could be detrimental to our lives. So when they come here and try to tell people, they look crazy. But they ain't crazy. In the end, they're going to be the people that's going to be able to guide us through it. Think about it. Not the guy in the corner with the switch. He's not going to be able to hold the community down. He hasn't been holding the community down ever now, right? People talking about policing their communities and all this and that, but are they policing the communities? Are we killing our own? Think about it. We're turning the weapons on ourselves. We're not turning the weapons on people that's trying to come into our community or even the immigrants trying to commit crime. No, we're killing our own for these material things that it's not going to get us anywhere. And that's the facts. It's the facts of everybody wants everybody's eyes and everybody wants to put them in the things that they feel is right. No, it's not about the things that I feel is right. It's the things that the world is right for everybody. Stop going on these individual and these little things that just serves your life. No, it has to be as a group of people. The world needs help. Not just one or two people in the corner over there or just them coming in here. No, everybody. You owe it to us. So don't run behind America when people are making billions of dollars in a week's time. Companies are making millions and billions of dollars in a week's time, and y'all spending your last penny on this nonsense that they push on the front of the social media, and then complain next week that you don't like your check. Well, don't spend it on them people, because they ain't giving it back to you. They're running from the community, and they're trying to move over with them people. You don't see where they run when they're in trouble? They don't run back to their community because they know they shitted on their community. They run to them people that don't even love them. That's why they trap. So don't let them get on here and fool you. You got to be smarter than these people. Take the initiative to see what's really going on. I can tell you about it. All you got to do is tune in. Rest in peace to the Oakland rapper Tan the God. Now, this is a tricky story because it has to deal with a sprinkle of domestic violence, murder, as well as hip hop. And the reason why I say that is Tan the God out of Oakland, they're saying that her defense in this whole situation is that her boyfriend or her baby father was the one, her boyfriend was the one that was the domestic violence, beating on her, and eventually it led to her killing him. But she was charged not for killing him. She was charged for something else. But when she came out now, she started to brag about the whole situation and just giving people like an outtake of the reason why that happened was because of domestic violence. But sweetheart, let me tell you something. You used a gun in domestic violence. You know, the smartest thing to do when it comes down to domestic violence, if you have a partner that doesn't love you, and the only time a gun should be in play is if it's that the last time you feel it's going to be the last time he put his hands on you and he's beating on you and you feel like the man going to kill you. Then you have to do that. But I feel like the reason why somebody would run up, because look, let me tell you something. When you have that demon energy, I've seen an interview she did and she was just talking about the whole situation and she wasn't that remorseful, I would say. And you have to understand, when you take somebody's life, they have a family too. So not saying, I don't know who came back to do this to her, people, you know, whether it's a man or female, anybody in these times, like I tell you, these people don't have respect for the females, they don't have respect for, it's demon energy, crash out season. So they end up killing her now, and it's kind of like this whole thing is a mess. Because when you really think about it, the first time somebody put their hands on you, if you don't get that yourself out of the situation, from that point on, the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. There could be little splurts of here and there. He put his hands on you, not as much, and it's never going to get any better. It's only going to get worse. So it led into her losing her life and it's also the way you bring these type of situations on social media. This is a way to protect yourself when you're in domestic violence and you're bringing that to social media. I just put up it was a reaction the other day on a female. She was getting, she was there. Her baby father got his sisters and his mother to beat on her. She had a big black eye, and I just felt bad for the girl. Like, wait, hold on, she's fighting his whole family. But when you come to social media with your story, you make sure that that's going to be the last time that you have a connection to the person that's doing that to you. Because we don't know if when you put something like domestic violence or anything on social media, you got to remember, if that other person is still living, they're on social media too looking, and they feel some kind of embarrassment of what you put up there on them, even if it's true. Even if it's true. I'm not saying it's not true, but even if it's true, you have to realize that you're putting a dark cloud over somebody that is going to make them feel uncomfortable, so you have to do it the right way. You don't go on one of these crazy people into take one of these crazy people with the interview so they can trick you in some of these questions and got you up there talking like you somebody from out one of these places that just go kill people for their revenge. And now when they paint you in that light, and that people keep watching that over and watching that over now, and people want revenge for their family. It's no more about you and the baby father and more about the abuse. It's about their loss and their revenge. So now they come now to get you. And as a female, you don't know when somebody's coming for you. You ain't built like that in the streets to know how to keep your head on the swivel, or go through this guy, or get another guy that's stronger than the last guy you was with to hold you down. You don't know about these things because you ain't been through it. And now somebody roll up and take her life. Another black queen lost. This is not the way. The way we resolve things have to be more smarter, and we have to be more open to see what's next. If somebody put their hands on you, okay, you can stop it from that point and just get out of there. Leave. If you have kids with a person, go to authority. Have things on paper. That's why a lot of females in these times, a lot of dudes in these times, journals. Journals, people. Whatever hurts you, this all comes in therapy. That's why you can use the same things that they tell you in therapy on your own life. Journals. Keep a note of everything you do, the people that did something to you. If they made you feel a certain way, you write it down how you feel about that person and why they did this, then why that made you feel this way. Write those journals. So God forbid something should happen to you. God forbid you should do something to somebody. You have a whole timeline of how this began. It's going to save you. Only criminals are scared of these things. Good people need these things to back them, so when they get in court or they have a situation in front of them, you have something to show the people that you're not like those other people. Don't y'all know every black person ain't the same? Don't you know social media is going to take the lowest tier, the lowest energy of black person with the female that's just loud and just swinging her arms all over the place and disrespecting her partner. And they're going to put that for the black queen and say that's her. But you know that ain't her because you have a good mother and you had a father, and you know who in the black community should be standing, somebody we should point to be a queen. But they're going to put that in front of your face and put it on the reality shows. And then all the females coming up thinking they can't find a man because they're acting the same way. Crazy. You can't go out there with all this yippity yap. That ain't healthy for a relationship. It ain't healthy for a household, and it's definitely not healthy for a family. It's not when they put you all guys up there and they paint that face on you now. Everybody look at you like the same person. So you have to keep a journal of your life to let people know who exactly you really are. So God forbid something happened to you, you can go back to that journal and let them people know exactly what day that guy put his hands on you, the day he did whatever to you, sexual abuse, whatever, you have it right there. It's one of the most important things that we need in these times, especially when you got things like AI and these people trying to use AI as an excuse to cover up their wrongs. Love y'all. Salute, salute. Where y'all calling? Let me check y'all out. My bad. I didn't want to. Love y'all. Y'all know that. Oh, on the Eminem? Blessings. Shouts out to the Netherlands. Eminem, you know what I like about Eminem? Eminem will always be respected and known as one of the top MCs because of the way he loves and respects his craft. Eminem never, ever disrespected hip-hop. And that's one of the things that Eminem could hold on the top of his head, no matter if it's this album you like, the last album you like, the first album you like, it doesn't matter. That man came in and he stood for something, and he stood up for it, and he accomplished his goals. That's what I think about Eminem. I love Eminem. Every song might not be for me, but there's no way I'm going to turn my back on a person that's that much and put his heart and soul into hip-hop and really cares about the culture. There's no way I'm going to turn my eye on Eminem. So that's how I feel about Eminem. It might not be the guy that I go to every day for music, like a Nas, this and that, but whenever Eminem has something to say, you damn right my ears are open. I'm going to check it out. He's been spitting, some of his words are so, the way his pockets stood in this album was very, very crazy. I felt like some of the beats, I would have rather felt like Eminem would have sounded for me, and this is a selfish. This is very selfish, but I would have rather like an Eminem sound on like see how hip you see how Common and you see how Common and oh my God, Common's new album I'm losing my head here, but you see how Common's new album has the beats on there, and it stick to a producer, one producer for your album. And for Eminem, I would like to see Eminem mixed with like a producer, like a Premiere. See, not a Premiere, not a Premiere, not a Premiere. That's not in M's. I would have said Kanye in the past, but I don't even know Kanye. I would say if he got a produce Dre. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. But it's just something that I want to hear from Eminem, and it's like an 8 Mile-ish feel of M, the 8 Mile-ish, that struggle rap, showing these youngins that there is a struggle to greatness. That's the Eminem I love. I don't like the Eminem back and forth with people. Or like, I don't like the quirky-ish, I would explain this. That's how I feel about Eminem. Love the guy though, it's cool. Eminem will always be labeled as one of the greats. It's the respect you have for the culture that keeps you here as well too. You don't have to be the best MC, that's all nonsense. It's how you impact and touch people and how you stay with the people. You have a lot of artists that wasn't really like just the nicest of artists, but they just had like so much impact as far as like look at old Dirty Bastard. Old Dirty Bastard had impacted a whole bunch of people, and it's just because his awkwardness, his past knowledge of music in the past. Like he'll always implement like like past music from the 70s and 80s. He'll have his little singing, and it's things that he heard from his parents or whoever when he was growing up that he always implemented, and that resonated with everybody, a lot of people. So it's not always about the craftiness of the rhymes. It's all about how you resonate with the people. And I think that's one of the things that Eminem will always exceed in. And he's going to be always looked at as one of the greats, whether this group of people think so or this group of people. As a whole, in the majority, Eminem, shouts out to you. Answer me this, though. I got a question for y'all. Who do y'all trust more, Donald Trump or Diddy? Who do y'all trust more, Donald Trump or Diddy? I don't know. That's just a question. Maybe just came into my head. I don't know. I just thought about it. Since people are it's so awkward out there. Hold on, y'all. This just in. Do we have a this just in? Hold on. Oh. So, excuse me. Chinx Drugz. The guy he pleaded guilty with his demon self. With the whole, let me rest in peace to Chinx Drugz, man. Chinx Drugz music, and him and Stack Bundles. I don't know. It's just something so special about these guys that came out of Far Rockaway. Hold on. Got the word all over me. It's something special about Chinx Drugz and these guys that came out of Far Rockaway, for people that don't know, man. Rest in peace to Chinx Drugz. It's so sad that Chinx carried the energy that could have been inspiring for the young guy, the young fly dude that's trying to come up and just be a part of the industry. I feel like this is, let me tell you with Chinx that really pissed me off. Somebody from jail that had a past gripe with him. Later on, while he's on his way of changing his life and getting where he gotta go, you mean to tell me you sit and harbor up all this tension in jail and prison, and you're gonna come out now after this man raising a family and go do that to him? Man, that thing, it's just like, people gotta know how everything ain't really like, revenge doesn't always have to come in taking somebody's life. You see another black man, another man doing the same thing, raising a family just like you. And you see that you can't come to fist terms with them, because in these times, fighting is no longer. It's weapons play out here. So if it comes to that, do it in business. Do it in a different format. Because taking that man's life is almost like taking your own life. Look at it. Look how it ended up. He's in prison for the rest of his life. Did it make sense? Because he had a gripe with this man in prison, and he gonna harbor that up, and now he gonna catch him. But like I always tell y'all, man, it's hunting season. You gotta be careful how you treat people, and whatever situations you in, keep a journal, and also realize that somebody could be holding that energy for years and years to come. And when they get the right chance and the right time to get you, they will strike, and you have to be careful. We are dealing in a world that is resolving their problems through war. Do you see what's going on? Everything is, even on social media, if somebody gets in trouble, what do? Cancel them. We got to destroy them, get them out of here. And it's not really, people think like, oh, I'm still here. No, you're not really still there in their hearts and their spirits. They're not effing with you. Like, I hear a lot of people talking about, will Diddy be able to come back after a few years? I'm like, are y'all serious? As much as we think that they can be the oldest of rappers out here, and just people, life is lifing. Age is aging. There's not gonna be don't depend on the 80-year-old rapper to be up. It's not gonna be like that. Life is lifing. If the culture had put out some good energy where we was raising the black community, we was raising every community, not just black community, the hip hop community. People who love hip hop for what it is, if there was money and put back into things, we wouldn't have to worry about this. People are in fear. That's what that is. When you don't have no faith, that's where you start counting your numbers and how much you got in the bank and where you putting the money here and where. Look, listen, you're supposed to have that taken care of. God forbid something happen to you tomorrow, your wifey or whoever should be able to take that. You should feel good. That's your family that's going to live your legacy on. But if your legacy is corrupted, then that money's going to go all in different places. I'm talking from lawyers, funeral fees, all over the place. That scatters around, just like your soul. We got to be more careful on the intake from these people that we're getting, because every day we're seeing people, they're just throwing anything in our face because they're hurt. Every day we're taking the stuff that's throwing in our face because they're hurt. Meanwhile, they're doing all this nonsense behind the scenes to trick us out of a bag for a piece of money. Come on now. Life is worth more than that. The things that you want to do and the things that's going to happen for you, it could all be accomplished. But the first thing you have to do is have faith in God. That's the reason why when I see people like Amber Rose, and it's not just to call her out, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people in hip-hop that don't believe in God. And they have, I guess what they call it, atheists or something like that. Well, that's fine. But it's also fine for me to say, you know what? I'm good on that. I was raised this way, and I believe in this, and I'm not going to go there. I'm not saying what you might believe in might be right for you, but I'm not going to support your issues because we don't align well. The people that was raised from and don't look at this. Let me tell you, when it comes to religion, I love all religions. All big ups to all my peoples, especially the Muslim community. Hip hop gives the Muslim community such a bad light, and it's ever since the Biggie Smalls murder. These theories and conspiracies of how a Muslim's this and the Muslims that. Don't you see how they try to get you so far away from righteousness and the wickedness, they try to pull you towards it? Muslims are some of the most righteous people and some of the most people that can lead your mind and keep you on a focus. But they have this picture painted of some Muslim that sneak up on Biggie Smalls, and that ain't it. We know that ain't it. We know that ain't it. Now, we might not know exactly what happened, but we know it ain't what they're saying. Don't let them just paint this picture. The reason why they want to do that, because they wanted to take the religion, because the Muslims were protecting the artists. That's why they were there. The Muslims are the ones that came in and had their protection for the artists. When the artists lost that protection from the Muslims, that's when things start happening to these artists, because from outside sources that wanted to come in and take what they had as far as their money, their business, their name, and the things that they stood for, it was easier. Because the reason why the Muslims are so good and all these different religions are good, because they have more structure. The community has more structure. Yeah, every religion has their wrongs. Every religion. Everyone. We all make mistakes. But what hip hop doesn't have is the structure. So they get scared when somebody comes in with structure and things are going and something should happen to happen. They're ready to point to the people that they put their whole heart in for the structure if it goes the wrong way. It's just like how people say, oh, Donald Trump, that was a conspiracy because the guy was just laying up over there. And no, somebody could just lay up over there and take your life. Or lay down over there or under that car and take your life. No, it is true. Somebody that can happen. That can happen in this world. It sees we in America, we just see things. We feel like if something's going to happen, America's just going to come in and block it all and hold us down. No, these things happen, and it's by God. It's by God. It didn't take that man's life. That bullet just seized past, but it hurt and killed somebody else. You see how karma is? It missed Trump and hit somebody down there. And the people couldn't believe it. No, this is a setup. No. No. That's not, y'all are wrong. Y'all not looking at how this is. Everybody, you can have the most security in the world. You have to, the punch is going to happen, you guys. You're going to have to take the punch. No matter how hard the punch is, you're going to have to take the punch before you attack. You have to know how to take the punch and then dish it out. It's not about just ducking every punch and you never get hit. Look what happened to that boxer, why people complaining. Because it's a blood sport and he ain't getting touched. Why you think people complaining? Y'all might not be young enough to know, but one time, even when Ali fought Frazier, they were mad at Ali. He's my greatest fighter of all time, Muhammad Ali. But when he was dancing around the ring, people didn't like that fight. You see how it goes? It's a blood sport, and so is war. So yes, somebody could be laying under that car or up in that tree, pointing at you and me. You have to be very careful out here and know what's going on in the world before you just sploot out these, oh, it's a conspiracy. No, it's not a conspiracy. It's a moment in history that we all seen with our own eyes. And the more people keep denying the things that's in front of them, it's the more they're going to believe in the nonsense that people spew in their air. Don't you see it's backwards? People are believing the things that's not true and start believing in the things that's actually that you can have a sense of. You can look it up and you can define it for yourself and break it down yourself and then go back to the people and tell it your way. If you can't have that blueprint of something and it ain't there, it's either in God's hands or something's wrong. Stop believing in this nonsense because right now, remember what I told you a couple of lives back, around election time is the most corruption. Because everybody is just, they know the people that not us, not the little people, but a few pennies. No. The big people focused on their future income and their money are focused on those two guys up there fighting for that spot. We over here thinking it's about stuff in our little communities and things like that that's going to get changed. The only time your community is going to change is if we change our community. The people not got no time to change. There's a war going on outside. You think you're going to be mowing your grass when missiles are flying? Are y'all crazy? Don't you see what's happening? This ain't about little things that you want done in your community or a little or something about an abortion no, they got y'all tricked, man. Those are things they can do after the presidency. Like anybody can get in office and switch those things. They're like, yo, you want that? We're gonna do that tomorrow. This is not what this is about, you guys. That's not what it's about. It's deeper than that. This is about who's gonna be owning what for the next years to come. What money is gonna be dished to what bankers and what businesses are gonna be running the world for the next years to come. Are these businesses, are the top businesses in the world going to be technology businesses? Or is it going to be health businesses? What is it going to be? That's what they're after. Health, technology. That's what it is. They want to see, as much as AI can tell you AI can only tell you what we put into it. And it solves things throughout patterns. Things that we could have solved ourselves. Don't think that it's anything too much special. No. If we had applied ourselves as human beings, all these things, as answers that's coming out of these machines, are the things that we could have answered for ourselves. That's all it is. Everybody has to take a strong focus on the things that mean more to you. Not me, you. Make a list and then start knocking them out. And every day you go through those things that mean more to you, that's when you add in the goodies. That's when you add in the snack. Oh, I want to throw in my own little business and make this on the side to save some money. Or I want to do some dresses and I want to do some sundresses for the. That's when that comes in. But these are the main things. That's how we have to look at things going on right now. I wanted to bring that out to you guys. I know you guys have, if you guys haven't checked out my animation, Crash Out Season is out right now. And what I'm doing in that Crash Out Season, I'm just letting you guys know how your energy spreads onto another person, that karma mixes in, and this thing can be so destructive. But on another note, what do y'all want? Let's talk about. I want to dive right back into some relationships too, because I see some things going on, and I want to take down my energy a little bit. I'm all steamed up because these are things that I just see people making these type of mistakes and just going and dealing with the wrong people. I'm gonna keep you guys in tune with the Irv Gotti too, and when more things come out, Irv, he has to explain himself. I don't want to hear he was so people are these guys be so. I mean, when it comes down to outside of it, they're so spoken out on the females and things like that. Why don't you come out and explain yourself to the people? And that will in turn, let people know, what's really going on with you, man. Because let me tell you something. That female is gonna get on here, even though her face, they're not. She's anonymous for now. But if they really want her to come, she's gonna have to step it up, put on her big girl panties, and come out here and let these people know. Let them know what's going on. Because I don't think the whole anonymous stuff that, and I know why a female can go anonymous, because these females take these trips, go out this expecting to have fun. They got a husband at home and they get drugged and something like this happened. Not only are they scared to tell their husband at home that whatever happened on this so-called trip that they were on, but they're inside, they're hurt because they can't really even go to authority about the main person that did that to them. So her having a I know how deep that can get. But it comes to a point when you're wrong, you're wrong. Both of you guys might have been wrong. If you do have a husband or something like that, let it go. You have to, if you're gonna say somebody did something to you, you have to come out in these times and tell people what the story is, and just like the Cassie video, and let people see you for face value, and then from that point on, you'll know what type of backing you're getting. So I'm not gonna just off the back and just X the man out. But what I'm saying is, it seems like these shoes fit that man. It seemed that way. So we're gonna keep a heads up on that. And you know me, if it comes out and she was a liar and this and that, yeah, I do apologize, because in this time, this is the type of energy that's going on, and you guys have to understand. You have to look at Diddy and the videos and the things that's been going on in the past with R. Kelly, and it goes for so mystical and just so many people that's been going through this in the hip hop community, that now that when you really look back at it, you tend to see like, oh, y'all all have the same type of patterns of work. It's very deceptional, very, very deceptional. So it's not like we're going to give up on that. Yeah, rest in peace to Chinx, though, man. FCL. Rest in peace to Chinx. Shouts out to all my guys in Far Rockaway, man. Chinx Drugz, man. Dang. And they should really do like a little, a movie. I would love to see a movie on Far Rockaway. It's a different, if you guys don't know, you come out to New York, Far Rockaway is like a place of its own. I got a couple guys out there, man. Some good people out there in Far Rockaway. What people don't understand, yeah, you could get hurt in Far Rockaway, but at the end of the day, they just respect the fact that that's their area, okay? And for many, many times, the history of Far Rockaway, people have been leaving them out in hip hop. I think like the oldest I can go back with Far Rockaway was like Father MC. And it's like, it's almost been like a lost land with Far Rockaway. So we always big them up. It's the tension in it. They don't play around in Far Rockaway. You can go there and ended up leaving. But it's one thing that we gotta tell our black kings out there, that it's like, yo, you can't keep killing your own people. Because every time somebody reaches a certain status now, And you know what? I can't say. I don't know if the guy that killed Chinx Drugz was from Far Rockaway. I just know that they knew each other in prison. That's all I heard on that story. But we can't keep doing it to the people that's trying to reach these heights, because then what happens is us as the people that's looking up to, or who, not me looking up to them, excuse me, I don't want to lie to you guys, y'all know me better than that, but for the people coming up looking up to these people, they can have some kind of stability and say, okay, he made it to that point, maybe I can take it a little further. But when you see somebody make it to that point now, and somebody snatch his life, it starts to look like, you know what, I'm just going to stay over here where it's kind of mid. And that doesn't elevate yourself as a person, and it doesn't elevate yourself with your craft. So that's one of the things you don't want to do. We want to start setting some examples of the people that make it to these points, and they're good for people making it to those points. We gotta champion them so we can have more of them in the future to come. That's what it's all about. Not the people that's going up there and they were gatekeepers for the people behind them, and they was just doing wrong for people and to people. And no, I don't. No. I don't care if they're up there or down there. They got to get out of here. So those people right now, that's why you don't see a lot of people speaking up. All these, like, they disappear and they don't want to talk no more. All they want to do is slap an album in your face. No, speak up. We want to hear, how do you feel about the Diddy situation? Wasn't you friends with him? Why you ain't saying something? Why you ain't coming on social media and explaining to these females that you're not like that? Why you not doing that? Oh, you too busy. You wasn't busy before when you setting up your tours, when people buy into your tickets and you got the whole arena. You wasn't busy then. But now you sit back. Man, these people ain't busy. Let me tell you something. From a millionaire to a thousandaire, people got the same amount of time in this world and ain't too much else to do but act a fool. Don't let these people fool you guys out here, man. You got to be comfortable in with who you are. And then that's when your value starts raising. You start looking at these people and, oh, he's worth $1 billion, $1 million. They don't got $1 billion. They don't have love. So what's that worth? That's the quickest way to have an expiration date. They got all these things attached to them that they owe this so-and-so and owe him and owe that. And you got to be here for this deadline. You got to be there for that deadline. What about their deadline? Don't let these people fool you. They'll never be able to fool me. And then they come on here to try to belittle you. And then you put your dollars and all the money you earn back into them. Don't you ever let another man or somebody come on here because some amount of money, and you let them belittle you and you let them make you feel like something that you're not. Are you crazy? How you live. If you feel like how you living could get better, make yourself work on it. But don't ever let somebody come from somewhere, wherever they from, and tell you about your life. Are you crazy? These people ain't worth nothing. They all hurt people, man. You got people coming from these demonic places, and they surrounded by a whole projects of people, and they praising these people in the projects. Everybody got their mind like they ready for vengeance, and they coming out here like they somebody. And as the world watch them, as each one of them start disappearing one by one, they don't realize it. They just keep guns. You could dump a whole bunch of guns on them, and instead of them, they take them guns and stand in front of the forefront and say, y'all better give us something to build up these houses. They turn the guns on themselves. Boom. Don't make no sense. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know. They don't have strong leadership. When you have no leadership, there's no way you can build on that, no matter how much money you get. Maybe $100,000 might be something to you, but to the guy over there, that $100 can't even get him past the next week. You take on these things that serve your life nothing. And they got bills out there. Their life is a bill. Their life is this running treadmill of people throwing negativity at them every day, and people are telling them who they actually are, and they're hiding in this person. Don't you think after a while that don't self-destruct themselves? Sergio Pino. Damn shame what happened to Sergio Pino. It's crazy out there, you guys. I'm be dropping some reaction videos today about some other things I wanted to bring to you guys. And I don't want you guys to miss out on these reactions, because the difference between my reaction videos, there's a few people up there that's doing the same kind, and I don't mind that at all. But the difference between my reaction videos, I like to go for the things that are suitable for this time that we're living in right now. So if it's something like on shoplifting, I see a lot of people doing this shoplifting, smash and grab. There was another smash and grab where somebody, remember I showed the last one I did on the reactions was the person, they stole a bunch of, I think it was 85 guns or something like that. They caught those kids. They're going to throw them away for a long time. There's one, well, I think one of the kids was 14 years old. The car crashed in the back, took all the guns out. They ended up getting all the guns. You know why? Because out there in Orange County, I believe it was Orange County, California, they knew that if they let that go another day, those kids, they had enough guns to sue the army. Everybody in that community would have been injured. Everybody, the amount of guns they took. So thank God that the and I believe it, yes, it's Oakland, what is it, Orange County, they caught those guys. And they're going to throw them away for years. I mean, these kids, you're never going to see them again. You'll see them in maybe like picture, but as far as the physical, no, trust me. There'll be more prisons built to come. And the more they build these prisons, they're going to start looking more and more like concentration camps. They're not. Do you remember the bars? No, it's looking like a bunk up thing now. Like, because that's what's you don't know where your money is going. Next thing you know, we the ones that pay for the prison that put them in. And that's just how I'm feeling. Like the energy, I'm feeling like some people are getting it, and there's other people out there that's just losing it, and not understanding that this is a very important time in history. This is a very important time right now that we're living in. That things might not be the same like how we once knew it in these years to come because of technology, because of health issues, mental health. All of this stuff could erase the things that we once thought meant everything to us and turn it into like some just survival mode thing. And I can see it going that way because the greed and envy people have that they built up from social media, they adapted it into their lives. Even me, I'm a little dehumanized now. When I see somebody shot down, I want to know the story. Just because they're shot down, I want to know the story. And that's a little bit of dehumanization because that person is still hurt, and I know that. But I can't stop the way I feel because I see it so much. And that's the difference. My body conditions and my mind conditions to things like that. It's just like if you was living in a war area and every day you seen people die. Eventually, those deaths will have to have meaning for you to attach to it. Instead of just a dead body there, you want to hear the story about that dead body, and that's how you attach to it, not just because of the flesh and bones on the floor. And that's the dehumanization that's going on because of social media. We can't help ourselves. Yeah, you can ask me anything. Let me know. Shoot. Shoot, go ahead. Okay, ask me anything. Anything you want, you can ask me. I'm open to everything today. And I'm gonna keep it as straight up as I can. If I can't answer it the correct way or a way that would be crazy, then I'll let you know. But go ahead, shoot. Isaac, whenever Isaac comes back, let him know that he can ask me anything you want. I'm not shy. At least not in these particular situations. I'm shy in other things, but not in these particular situations. Another thing, don't champion ignorance either. I see a lot of people, hip hop has a thing of champion ignorance. Just laugh and think. Don't champion ignorance because that's how people are going to in turn look at you. Always champion, even if you want to learn more and you find yourself in a place where all you're seeing is the same things and you're not learning from it, try to take on somebody else's point of view on something and try to figure out why they think that way. And that will in turn make you understand, like, or maybe not change your thought on it, but just know that there's other people that think in different ways. But ask me anything you want, man. I don't mind. The questions, I love that. I love that. Make sure y'all like and share this live too. And don't y'all know the old rule, show love, get love. That's what we on. Show love, get love. Show love, get love. Show love, get love. Show love, get love. It's a natural way to keep your vibes up because without these vibes, don't think that, look, people think that that's a misconception out here. Like, somebody coming up here and uplifting people, people look at that as a weakness, and that's what leads these people in the early coffins. Trust me. Trust me when I look. Trust me when I tell you. The reason why we are up here and some of us are up here is because this, for me, this is a spiritual cleansing for myself. I know if I was out there too long taking on that, I'll become part of that, and I'm not going to lose in that situation. I probably find myself in a situation that I don't want to be in. So I come in here and I help myself with energy so I don't spaz out or lose my mind thinking of what's going on. And that's the reason why. So don't let people tell you that how righteous people are, too humble people or anything. Yo, people will get fooled and tricked by that. It's what you got up here and where you're going to take it that's going to defend yourself. So don't let nobody fool you. You can be humble, you can be righteous, and you could be tougher than a lot of these people that say they're tough. That stuff don't fool nobody. Unless you right here in front of here and it's happening right in front of me, there's nothing you can say on the social media. Yeah, you can do some embarrassing things because you might have a bigger following to make a little joke. But a joke is a joke. Reality is reality. When you approach that person now and somebody don't spare you on that joke you had, now you're in trouble. So always be mindful of the people that you're talking to and the people you come in contact with, even myself. Because you never know. You got to know how to read people and understand that some of us are here, and this is a healing point for us as well. Not just putting out good energy. I want you guys, I know there's a lot of hurt people out there. I'm going to get to that question in 1 second. I know there's a lot of hurt people out there, and sometimes people need that little thing. And sometimes we help each other, man. We help each other. So that's the kind of the reason. Don't let these people out here fool you and think that, oh, because he's humble, he's a soft guy. Don't be fooled by that. Trust me. Okay, I'm doing a survey at my university. Between testosterone levels and okay, yes. Basically, it's an age question. Okay, how often should a man engage in sexual activities? Okay, that's a good question. Okay, so how often should a man, you're doing a survey, how often should a man engage in sexual activities? Okay, to be honest with you, the truth, you see, social media puts this thing on as like you're supposed to, like, let's just say in a relationship. We're going to keep this, let's say in a relationship. Now, in a relationship, when it comes to like sexual activities, I feel like depending on the two people, like it's always in a relationship, it's always going to be somebody more sexual than the other person. And being that it's two, each of you guys have to find some way to fulfill each other's needs, even if the other partner might not be in it for that time. So I feel like as far as sex in a relationship, and the way times are in society right now, I would give it 2, 3 times a week. And look, that might sound crazy, but that's in the beginning, and you can slow that 2 or 3 down to maybe like, cause I mean you want to maybe 2 times a week. And some people, let me tell you something, man. With the job market, all of these come into play in your sexual life. With your bills, all of this comes into play. So a healthy relationship, having, I would say 2, 3 times a week, and you try to keep that 2, 3 times a week, just having exploring each other sexually for years and years to come. Maybe you guys might lose a little fire on your 4th, 5th year, but that's like a whole, let's just say that's like a whole high school of dating and having sex, you know, because the younger you are, you can have sex every single day, every single day. But the older you get and the responsibilities tack on to you guys' life, or maybe you might have a little distance in the relationship, I would say 2 to 3 times a week. But sex it's a big thing between humans. It's just that people are taking sex and putting it before the things that is going to keep that sex going. Sex is more has to do with the mind than it has to do with the parts. And, you know, that's just how I feel, like 2 to 3 times a week. So that's what I would say. And if it's something, if y'all really into each other, and that's the reason why people fall in love with dating the first time and things like that, the beginning stages of relationships and dating, is because that energy that you guys are pouring into each other, having y'all just sleeping every single day, wanting to get up with each other and having sex and just getting to know each other, that's something that the longer it's not gonna last through the whole relationship, and you gotta know that it's gonna break up, but you're gonna get back to the point. But that type of energy is that's that beginning energy you having sex on the daily, every other day. But it's no problem. It's like you don't lose love because y'all having less sex at home. The love is always going to be there. The sex, you know how great it is, and you guys find time to like. It's almost like you pump yourself up, and you guys make new ways and new things about going about it. But even though it's the same sex, don't let anybody fool you. It's the same sex if you went and cheated on somebody else too. Yeah, it might feel different. It might because it's a different person, or but you can make different experiences with your partner instead of having to find or look for something from somebody else. That's how I feel about that. Okay, 22. Wow. 22? Okay, 22 and single in these times. Hold on, let me put myself in your shoes. It's nothing wrong with being single in these times. And let me tell you why. 22 and single, but I'm not gonna say you still gotta play. You still gotta get out there and play. And when I say play, I'm saying start meeting different types of people. This is the time where you're gonna start your exploration of sexual things. You still have time that you can do all of this on a single platform. I would say I will play in these times. I will because I was always in a relationship. Even from a younger than that, you'll laugh at the age. I'm talking about. I started a relationship in. It's either been kindergarten or first grade, and I'm talking about a relationship. So, these times, getting to know people is going to take a little different turn in who you want to stay with. But in your 20s, 2022, sex, it's a daily thing. It's a daily thing until you get up about to, at least you can do a daily sex maybe for like a good 3 4 years. And then you get up to like maybe 28, 29. If you're still with the same person that you had from 22, it'll slow down a little bit, but you should be still, sex doesn't really slow down until you're like 40s, late 30s. 20 something, you're still exploring because you're learning for yourself. Some of the things that you're going to be doing is going to be new to her and new to him. So that right there can last a long time. That can last a few years. You guys just exploring each other. That's why people love that. For 22 is it's the sexual age. I think starting from like 19, you have a type of sexual energy that nobody can stop, and you're very. I mean, I was curious. You're all that's curious. You're just very curious. You want to experience different. I mean, just different types, and I would say don't settle just yet. Don't settle just yet. Settle when you feel confident that you can carry the relationship. And she's gonna feel that way too. So when both of you guys get to the point, both of you gonna have a stable relationship. But just feel when you're gonna feel like don't let people fool you. Try to get into the person that you love, try to get into their minds, their hearts, their souls, not into their pocket. All that stuff, all these experiences outside that you pay for, taking it out to eat or taking him to the movies, all of those experiences are planted in for you guys to enjoy yourself. It's the things that you guys could enjoy yourself on your own, going places together, parks, beaches, trips. These are the things that's going to bring you guys more closer together, and that connection is going to be strong. Because no matter what, y'all not going to be able to want to leave each other because nobody else outside is going to know you guys like how you guys know you. So I would say for your 20s, that's the time when you want to try to find your strongest connection. That person that you can love. And let me tell you something. Don't go off of looks. Do not go off of looks. Everybody looks the same in these times. Everybody. And not only do they look the same, the person that they're trying to look like are the same. They're going to try to act towards how that person acts. Let me tell you guys something. Finding your love ain't easy, so you have to take that seriously. If that's something that drives you, if that's something that you really want, if that's something that you feel that that's going to help you out in your life and getting your work together and making you become a better person, take it seriously. Take it seriously and hold it down. Even if she cheats on you or whatever, in these times, it's because of social media. There's a lot. I've seen a lot of females out here, and a lot of people out here doing this cheating stuff. But even if that person cheats on you, they'll know they'll never get another person like you, because you didn't do that to them. You didn't put that type of love on them. You gave them all you had, whether it's $1, $2, or no dollar at all. You'll never, because people out here, let me tell y'all something. People out here are wicked. They'll act like they're in love with you for years and years to come just to get something out of you. When the people that really love people, they just want to share themselves with them and just have good sexual moments and good food together and build a family. These are the things that really count most. So if you could find a female that respects that, find a male that respects that and sees life for the little things, that's the person you don't want to give that person up. And it's almost like I could understand you hiding that person from people that can't find that person, because that's how hard love is to find. Just find somebody that believes in the things that you believe in. And it's not to say that if they don't believe in those things, that you can't teach them about the things that you believe in and see how they take it. Tell them, yo, I grew up like this. I came from a single family home, but I still always respected the relationship. And this is what I feel like, I want to see my future going, and see where they see themselves in that picture. And if they have something to add to that, don't knock them, because not everybody come up the same, and you love on that person. And let me tell you, there's a lot of people out here that's just, all they have is sex. All they have is sex. All they can have is sex. That's the companion part. But you have to really get deeper than that. Especially at 22. I think in your 20s should be your deepest times. This is where you explore everything. But you said in Amsterdam there was a sex little shop there. What are they selling? What? Let me see. Oh, this is tickles this. Oh, this feels like this. Oh, I like the way that looks. Don't let nobody trick you out of how good feeling and you should feel. If you like something, explore it. You look into it, and you bring that to your lover, and you try to live a life for as long as you can. I won't say when it comes out to locking it in with a ring or things like that. You should have already enough trust as the years go on with that person. That's why I say sleeping around with a whole bunch of different people, don't scatter your love out like that. Like, don't spread yourself so thin. Don't do that. You make sure all your love is more exclusive than them clothes that these people put on and say how this is worth this is worth that. No, your sperm is worth that. And I know it sounds funny, but it is what it is. I know it sounds funny, but that your love is worth more. So if you're gonna share that with somebody, you better know that the person you're sharing with, it should be the person that should be worth it. It should be worth it, and they should love you from your head to your feet. And you'll have that, and eventually you'll be like, I really love that person, and then you will never want to get them out of your life. And you'll come to find that all the other fake stuff, these fake relationships people putting up, sleeping with a so-and-so and he's sleeping with her, that's just all because they just love the sexual part of it. As humans, that's the good part of it too, but there's more to a relationship, there's more to life, there's more to love than just sex. But 20s, I was bing, 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 bing. But in these times, you can't do it like that. I would say for this times, you got to get more focused. Because you got to, in my time, not a lot of people at a young age was getting so rich or getting that amount of money. So in these times, being that it's a higher demand just for the everyday life and the things that just to get yourself together, maybe a car, a nice house, just a place where you can lay and rest your head in love. It's expensive. So I would take these times when it comes to finances and things, like as far as relationships, take it seriously in your 20s. Don't be like these other people here, losing and throwing away their lives, picking up weapons, and they're missing out all on this good loving. No, you go get your good loving. Yes, and you're right. You're teaching me something. Shoot. For real, for real, for real. I started learning that about myself too. As much as I want to love and spread my love out to somebody, it has to be somebody that's willing to accept it and appreciate it for what it is. And know that I'm a type of person that I give you all that I have before that other guy just give you a little piece of what he has just to keep you satisfied for that little day. And then the next day he go off to the next girl, and just because he has a lot to give, he giving every little piece to every little girl out there, and he feel like he's somebody. But if you see somebody that's willing to give you all of their loving, regardless of how much it might be to this world, That's the person that you always got to stand and keep your heart by. Because when you're in that hospital bed, or when you trip and fall, or somebody try to do something to you, we're the ones that's going to be the heroes and go out of our way or lose our lives just for you because we love you and you know how much you mean to us. Don't go and put your love in some of these people that want to snatch your soul away from you and then make you, and then turn around on social media and turn to the same people that don't love them and go talk about you to them people that don't even know you. You can't be out there like that, because people out here, they'll turn their back on their own people and spread that same love to them same demons out there that don't even like their ass. And then meanwhile, when they turn their back, they're either robbing them or in their pocket trying to get something else out of them that those people don't even know about. People are wicked. That's why when I see somebody I feel like is a good person, and somebody's on social media, oh, I subscribe quick. Because there's so many other people. I'm like, how'd you get here? The recommendations usually putting up some negative stuff. Wait, hold on. Who's this? Because nowadays, the people that you see that's put in front, they have these toxic relationships, and he's beating on her, and she's just screaming all loud over the place, and hair going here and there, and all it is about food and dates, and oh, we going to the beach, but they don't even love each other, and while they're on the beach, they're looking at everybody else and social media and blinded by this nonsense. Meanwhile, the real lovers are planning vacations and going to places where they can hide out just them and their family, and stay away from the people that are looking to harm them, and people looking at them and their partners trying to take from them. They finding themselves in different places. Oh, y'all going over there? We going over here. Because the things that those people are doing is not worth it. Look at these stories of how all these entertainers take advantage of people in the industry. So you think they're not going to take advantage of us too? No. And you make sure that from that time when you meet that person, you make sure you play all love music. Don't be going in there with that drill and all that killer music, and you trying to get your relationship going. Because that sinks into your relationship too. That's another thing that sinks into relationship. All that back and forth, and how if they do this, I'm going to get this one better. No, you can't get the person that's better than the person that you're with at that point, because that's why you love that person. If you thought that there was somebody else better than that person, why'd you stay there? Why'd you fool that person? There's a lot of deception in that. And then now when you wake up as a person and you're a female or you're a male, they start putting all these sorts of names in, or they think this, oh no, this he got to be somebody, oh he don't got this, he don't got that, look where he at. No, that's not. I'm pretty, trust me, when it comes to females, it's all about how they are being treated and how you take them in. They have a heart too. As much as you think that these females are out here looking for the best no, it's not just about they're the best lover. No, it's the person that has the most heart, because if something should ever happen to that person and they turn their back now and they can't trust that person, how do you think they're going to feel? Lost. So that's how I feel about that. Let me see something. What's up, y'all? Oh, thank you. I got another one I'm going to show you guys. You know, I'm designing a snapback hat today. I'm going to show... I want to have a few things for you guys. I'm just building up the brand so I can have some giveaways, because I would love to give away a few pieces for you guys, and you guys can really see my brand. It's really dope. I have some really nice things, that collectible pieces. I don't like to dress up and my closet start looking like a whole bunch of labels of this expensive stuff, because after a while, then you know you have to try to keep up with that stuff, and people they want you to subscribe to so many things. Life is very expensive at this point. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I have the most money in the world to keep on like switching up my clothes every day and oh, I'm not wearing those sneakers again because they have them. I'm going to clean off my sneakers and I'm going to put them together with another. I like to match myself and put myself together. People out here only wearing things once, and everything is so disposable. Their love, their life, everything is just so disposable. We got to get out of that. And regardless of if we only grab a few people and get out of that, it's going to be benefit to those people that when other people come in contact with other people that doesn't use like this ratchetness and all this hands in the face stuff to solve problems. That stuff is played out. there's so much back and forth energy, people killing each other, that I don't have to come on here and start pointing guns at y'all and start saying all that, spewing out that negative stuff. For what? For what? I see it every day on the news. I'm sick and tired of that stuff. Every day somebody pointing a gun in somebody's face. Every single day somebody pointing a gun in somebody's face to try to resolve a problem, and it only gets resolved with them doing time in prison. So I don't see any good in that. I don't want to put myself in that position. I don't want to put myself in, because there's people out here that love me, and I don't want to put myself there because it's going to hurt them as well as me. Come on now. It's not like that. It's not like that. People, you got to start also thinking for other people, the people that really care about you. When you're going out there and making these types of decisions, think about those people. Think about how they feel. And they're going to be hurt and traumatized behind this too. A lot of people out here making these stupid mistakes, and the trauma is, oh my goodness, the trauma is, it's like every day they sleeping with them. They sleep with trauma. You might as well put an extra pillow on your bed. You, your shorty, and a little pillow in the middle for the trauma that you both share. It's a damn shame, man. It's a damn shame. And hip-hop like to dance through every damn thing. Okay, so what's the best place to find their wife or real? Well, you know what? Let me tell you something. You know, I missed out on this, but sometimes there's two ways. Sometimes we could have passed up on the best person for us, and we have to go back and find that person. We might have passed up on our soulmate, but if you want to find a new love, like somebody totally new you never met before, there's a couple ways of finding that. Now, you have to know what you're looking for. So if you're looking for somebody that's in your cult, like for example, my family's from Barbados, right? And I'm considered a Bayesian, even though I was born out here. And if I wanted to find somebody that maybe kind of took on the ideologies of just how I'm coming up in a West Indian lifestyle in America, I would try to find somebody that probably in that realm of doing the things that I like doing. Social media is good. I'm a lot of people say so, but I'd never tell you guys to do the dating apps thing, because that's the worst thing you can do in these times. And it's just because people lie on their bios every single day. Dating app supports the art of deception, the art of giving people that best version of you. I will find, if I'm looking for somebody, you can read a lot from a person on social media. And in these times, I think as people, we have to tell people what we want and manifest what we want. So if you're looking for love, look in a place where, if you're going to be on social media, don't date an app. You look for the people yourself, and you put out these little things. You have to send little triggers out. Like, this is what I like. Who likes this? Get to know people. Conversate. It's like group conversation forms the best relationships. Get out a little more. I don't like clubs. I'm an introvert, so I would more take it to places where, like comedy shows, maybe theater, things that you value in your life. I'm a movie junkie, so if I find somebody that loves movies, maybe we can kind of set up our whole experience of our first time getting to know each other around movies. Just conversating on the things that we like in movies, going to different movie theaters, maybe taking a trip somewhere else out of New York just to go to see this premiere. Or there's a lot of things. I would find the person. Even in the workspace is not a good place to find love, because people in the workspace are not presented as their real self. You'd be so surprised. I worked at Channel 7, right? And you would get to know the person after work is over. You will know a lot about a person at lunchtime. But while they're in there, it's just this work structure that has people blinded to love, blinded to communication. Got to get it done, got to get it done, got to get out of here at this time. So you want to catch a person in their most calm state. And these are the places where it could be anywhere from just the park. It's just getting out more. You start to, I can't tell you it's not hard, but you start to meet more people. Social media, just don't meet them on dating apps. You can see people. It's the best way to communicate in these times. So even putting up a video, just finding people that like the things that you like, And you guys forming a love for whatever you guys value and love could maybe bring you two together. But a lot of people out here are looking at looks on social media and, oh, that picture look good. She look like this. Oh, let me hit up in the DM. That is not the way to go. Number one, that might not even be that girl. It might be a catfish, sharkfish up to this point. But you have to, like, it's the people that their page might be locked. Ask for a request. Oh, she look good. Or find people in their entrepreneur spirit. Oh, she's selling these oh, she got skin products. I'm gonna buy into her stuff, and I'm gonna get to, let me see what her company's about. Read her bio. See, and now you're getting a date before the date. You're on a date before the date because all this information that she's put on social media, you can define which ones, oh, I'm into that too. And right there, you're setting yourself up for how you're going to approach this date, the real date, when you get with her. Because we're going to, as men, we got to still step out. We still got to step to the people. I do feel like the females got to give us a little more on the bait in these times. Females have to put a little more bait out there for us because a lot of people are not sure. People are pulling up accusations on different people. So it's connection is forming, but sometimes it's spreading out because who you looking for and how you look for them says a lot. So you have to love. There's more people that want love than people that don't want love in these times. You're going to find that person. But when you put yourself, present the things that you love doing, get on social media, maybe just start your YouTube up and just start chatting with the people and just talk about love, and then find people that feel the same way as you, and maybe, oh, let's do a little, you want to meet up or take them out. This communication, you know, don't find them in the club, don't find them in the church. I won't say the church. I don't say the church. And I love there's some cuties in the church, but I don't say the church. I would say outside, just that fresh air, getting on your travel, on your whereabouts, and just throughout your day, you'll find people that you can attach to. It's so hard. Love is hard in this time because it's hard for me to trust. Number one, if you're like me, it's hard for me to trust in these times. And I'm not just talking about love. I'm talking about in a lot of things. So they have to break that barrier of trust first and at least push up a little something for me to even bite the bait. I don't know. It's very hard. Right now, my life is not really about finding a relationship. It's more just about building up myself as well as other people that's going through the same thing as me. And if I do find love within that, I'll hold on to it. For sure. But I'm going to have a lot more things dropping, man. I thank you so much for tuning in to my live. You didn't have to stop by with your boy and just always showing me love, man. I feel good about that because when I first started the live, my energy was mid, and now my energy is up a little more. So you guys brought up my energy, and I appreciate you guys for that. I thank you for that. Love you guys, man. Make sure y'all like and share this. I'm going to do some reactions, so you're going to see more of me throughout today. And you guys share this, man, and subscribe to the channel, all right? Don't forget your boy. And Inspired by Dreams is the clothing. We got T-shirts. I'm going to be throwing up a new video clip on the T-shirts. Some dope tees out there. Love you guys. And be safe. Keep your energy up no matter what. And peace.